Alright, now let's get into the more complex element of the song, which is the main bass, which sounds like this. And it's actually quite a bunch of layers, as you can see, all these layers here. Which most of it is just me trying to control the different frequencies and textures a little bit better. I guess it sounded better in the mix this way. Alright, so the main layer is this guy, which is Serum once again. What I'm using this monster wavetable, which is default to Serum. And I'm kind of cycling through the wavetable position. Then a saw wave with some detune to add some stereo, and it's also playing a fifth because it sounded very nice with distortion afterwards. Then another saw wave with a little bit of detune to make it more buzzy. Some noise, filters. Then for the effects, we have this EQ that creates kind of a vowel and adds more mids. Then some compression and distortion on overdrive. Another EQ to make it less muddy. Then a flanger to create more movement. Alright, so for the effects, this is how it sounds like without any effects. It's like way too overblown and it doesn't sound controlled. So what I'm doing is I'm adding a little bit of stereo with this spread knob, and then chroma for some reason, but I'm actually not using the color. I'm just adding a spectral gate to kind of clean up the sound. This crazy EQ to control the distorted harmonics better. More EQ. And even more EQ. And this is how it sounds like. But then adding it to a bus, and what I'm doing to it is add a disperser. Then this huge peak, so it sounds to bring back the vowel, and also to add more mids and more tonality to it as well. Then an EQ to keep the movement but make it not as muddy. And this patcher, which pretty much adds more texture to the sound. And pretty much what I'm doing is I'm stringing everything together with this crazy wave shaper, and then I only keep the high end and add a vocoder to it, so it sounds again more controlled and cleaner. This is how it sounds on its own. And then I have a low pass, which is being animated in the drop. creates even more movement. And finally, I have some isotope trash with the amp drainer preset on the mids. And that's pretty much it for the main sound, and everything else it's kind of just textures and me controlling the low end better. So what we have is we're adding more buzz to it and more texture to the sound and more grit to the whole thing. Then we got this low end layer. Distorting with a wave shaper, and then I'm adding a band pass so I actually don't keep the sub. And it fits very nicely with the main bass, which sounds like this. And then finally we have this final buzz layer. Which is just a sine wave, a saw wave, and another saw wave doing a fifth. And I'm warping it so it sounds higher pitch and more buzzy. Then for the processing, we got some heavy distortion, a filter to tone down the highs. Then we got a little bit of reverb, removing the mids, so I can just keep the buzz of the highs. Then another EQ, some OTT, and this unison effect. And again, everything together sounds like this. Then finally, in between the basses, I have these short stabs playing. Which are made with Harmor. It's very simple saw wave with some unison, and I'm turning down this pluck thing so it sounds like an actual pluck instead of a sustain. Then I'm adding a sound goodizer. This stereo is actually not doing anything yet. I'm just making the whole sound a bit more mono in the second part, right there. So it's actually less in your face, and is not like the main element catching people's attention, since the vocals are playing on top, and I kind of wanted that to be the focus. But in the start, it's not really doing anything. Then we have some crazy distortion. As you can see, I really like using wave shaper. A flanger to give more movement and make it sound interesting. Some EQ to make it sit nice in the mix. I guess because of the very heavy distortion, it was adding a lot of content in the low mids, so I had to turn it down. Then we got stab, which makes everything sound tight. It sounds like this without it. Like it sustains a bit longer without it. And then this reverb is just also being animated in the second part, so it fades more in the background. Then for this fill. I'm adding a few layers. And you kind of just add texture to everything. And that's pretty much it for the drop. Then for the second part, it's the same thing, but with the vocals on top.